Will you touch a little bit more on grounding and where that comes in on the health of the body? And when we're talking about the health of the body, this goes back to the body's ability to lose fat and maintain a healthy body composition as well.
Yeah, for sure. So as we know, inflammation isn't the perfect environment for us to lose body fat. However, if we're inflamed because of the toxic overload that we're faced with in today's society, whether that be estrogenics that is in our water supply, or the phthalates with personal hygiene creams, shampoos, etc., and then we have the pollutants, then we have the EMFs, we have the artificial light, and then the pollutants that are in our food, or the glyphosate, etc., antibiotics. And as we know, like you said, the food that we consumed many years ago is very different today because of overpopulation, overharvestation. The mineral and the vitamin count within the soil is very, very low now compared to what it was, regardless if it's organic or not. So there's just a lot of inflammation. And then if we're an active individual on top of that, there's even more inflammation, more free radical damage, more reactive oxygen species that we're dealing with. So then to help get rid of this inflammation, and this isn't just me saying this, this is science actually saying this, there's been a lot of studies on it. If we earth ourselves, ground ourselves, they've actually shown heat scans on the body where the inflammation goes down. So you can see that redness on those scans really turn more into a blue, less inflammation after somebody has earthed or grounded themselves as opposed to before. So I think it's very important on a daily basis to do it, dependent on where you live, either once or twice a day. And the reason why I say that, I just spent some time in India training a celebrity over there for a movie role. Whilst I was there in Mumbai, thankfully, I was staying in a hotel that was right on the beach, but I had major sleep issues. I don't sleep the best in hotels anyway. I am definitely one of those electrosensitive people. I have been, God, since I first realized back in 2015. When I was earthing myself in the morning, I thought that was enough. And spoke to a friend of mine, Tim Gray, in Europe. I said, I'm earthing myself every day. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, blah, blah, blah. Wearing the blue light blocking glasses, still not getting good quality sleep. He said, try earthing yourself in the evening as well. Because you're in such a populated city and you're being penetrated by Wi-Fi, EMF, satellite signals, etc., from the hotel, from everywhere that you go to in Mumbai, try doing that. Lo and behold, I started sleeping much better. I measure it on my Oura ring. That cannot be the placebo effect because I'm sleeping at that time. But it goes to show, much like somebody who goes to McDonald's every day, after, say, a couple of weeks, they're probably not going to notice that they're sick or they're sluggish because that's become their norm. Much like, if we were talking about, what were we talking about early before? I can't remember, but I'll come back to it. But if we feel that this is our norm and lacking in sleep, like you said, people having the cognitive decline when they did that study, well, there's a lot of people out there that are lacking in sleep, and that's their norm now. They think it's fine to be sluggish in the morning and not have the motivation to do any exercise or to stick to a nutritional protocol because now they're tired, and if they're tired, they're going to encounter more cravings, they're more emotionally charged, etc. So it's the same thing. We do not know that we're dealing with this burden of inflammation on a daily basis because we've become accustomed to it. But thankfully, I'm very finely tuned with my body, and I want to try to optimize my sleep and my recovery as much as possible because I know my recovery dictates my performance. So knowing that earthing myself twice a day is even much more beneficial than just once a day just goes to show the power of removing ourselves of that inflammation so we can be more metabolically active.
It's amazing. If I'm sitting in front of my computer like I am right now for longer than 1 hour, my vision gets blurred and my eyes are great. I have no issues with vision. My eyes are not getting old. It's more of something going on in the back of my brain. If I just go outside, take my dogs for a walk, my vision's restored. And it's just amazing the way nature heals the body. And inflammation is the cause of accelerated aging and most disease.